And the family of that teenager, also gunned down, is talking about their loss. Mark Rodriguez may have only been 17, but his faith, talent, and positive outlook on life were well beyond his years. Mark loved to worship and witness and was not afraid of death. He recently wrote a blog about the immeasurable joy of reaching the gates of heaven. His father sat down with 10 on Your Side's Andy Fox, who is just back into our newsroom. And Andy, it's so hard for us to even imagine what they must be going through.
Katie, Carlos Rodriguez is an extraordinary man, which makes it no surprise that his son Mark, who lost his life Friday, is extraordinary too. We spent an hour today with Carlos talking about his remarkable son who had a deep spiritual love for God and was able to communicate it to others. Carlos took us to the treehouse in the backyard where Mark would go in quiet times to pray, to contemplate all that is the world.
And so we built this treehouse to kind of be a refuge, to come and just sort of be in nature and contemplate nature. And so, you know, Mark would wake up every morning early, he'd take a shower, he'd grab his coffee, and he'd either go out to the screen porch or he would come out here and he would just sit. You know, often he'd sit right here and he'd have his Bible and his journal and he'd just kind of look out, and it was a way of him connecting with God. And you know, if you'll notice when you look at his photos on his website, there's tons of pictures of nature. And you know, that's part of it, is he saw God in his word, but he also saw God in nature. And so I think this helped to center him, you know.
Tonight, beginning at 4, we take you inside the world of Mark Rodriguez, a deeply spiritual man who wrote in an extraordinary way in his journals, his blogs. Everyone who knew him, especially at Norfolk Christian, just a remarkable young man and a family that is strong and will get through this because of their faith in God. And the celebration for Mark Rodriguez will be at Tabernacle Church of Norfolk at 7000 Granby Street. That will be tomorrow, and the service begins at 1 p.m. I'll have more at 4. In the newsroom, Andy Fox, 10 on Your Side.